The Solar System, Chapter 21, The Inner Planets, Lesson 2. Planets made of rocks, the inner planets Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars are also called terrestrial planets. Terrestrial planets are the planets closest to the Sun, are made of rock and metal, and have solid outer layers. Like Earth, the outer inner planets also are made of rock and metallic materials and have a solid outer layer. As shown below, Mercury, Venus, and Earth have a solid inner core and a liquid outer core. The core of Mars is liquid with no solid part. However, the inner planets have different sizes, atmospheres, and surfaces. Mercury. Mercury is the smallest planet and the planet closest to the Sun. Mercury has no moon and no atmosphere. The strength of the planet's gravity depends on its mass. Mercury's small mass creates weak gravity that cannot hold onto an atmosphere. With no atmosphere, there is no wind that moves energy across the planet's surface. The results in temperatures as high as 450 degrees on the side of Mercury facing the Sun, and as cold as minus 170 degrees on the side facing away from the Sun. Mercury's surface impact craters depressions formed by collisions and with objects from space. Cover the surface of Mercury. There are smooth plains of solidified lava from long ago eruptions. There are also high cliffs that might have formed when the planet cooled quickly, causing the surface to wrinkle and crack. Without an atmosphere, almost no erosion occurs on Mercury's surface. As a result, features that formed billions of years ago have changed very little. Mercury's structure. The structures of inner planets are similar. Like all inner planets, Mercury has a core made of iron and nickel. A mantle of silicon and oxygen surrounds the core. The crust is a thin, rocky layer above the mantle. Mercury has a large core, possibly formed by a collision with a large object during the planet's formation. Venus. Venus is the second planet from the Sun. It has no moon. It is about the same size as Earth. Venus rotates so slowly that its period of rotation is longer than its period of revolution. Unlike most planets, Venus rotates from east to west. Venus's atmosphere. The atmosphere of Venus is about 97% carbon dioxide. Its atmospheric pressure is nearly 90 times greater than Earth's. Venus has almost no water, yet a thicker layer of clouds cover the planet. The clouds are made of acid. The greenhouse effect of Venus. Venus is the hottest planet on the solar system. Its average temperature averages 460 degrees. The greenhouse effect causes the highest temperature. The greenhouse effect occurs when a planet's atmosphere traps solar energy and causes the surface temperature to increase. The carbon dioxide in Venus's atmosphere traps energy and heats up the planet. The planet would be 450 degrees cooler with the greenhouse effect. Venus's structures and surface. Solidified lava covers more than 80% of Venus's surface. The lava possibly came from volcanic eruptions. Earth. Earth is the third planet from Sun. Unlike Mercury and Venus, Earth has a moon. Earth's atmosphere, gases, and a small amount of water vapor make up most of Earth's atmosphere. The gases and vapor produce a greenhouse effect that increases Earth's average surface temperature. This affects Earth's distance from the Sun, warm Earth. As a result, large bodies of liquid water can exist on Earth. Earth's atmosphere can also absorb much of Sun's radiation. This protects the surface below. Earth's protective atmosphere, liquid water, and moderate temperatures. Earth's structure. Earth has a solid inner core surrounded by liquid outer core. The outer core is surrounded by a mantle. Earth's crust is above the mantle. The crust is broken into large plates that slide past away from or into each other. It is mostly made of oxygen and silicon. Natural forces constantly destroy Earth's crust and create new crust. Mars. Mars is the fourth planet from the Sun. It is about half the size of Earth. Unlike the other inner planets, Mars has no solid inner core. Its core is liquid. Mars has 2 moons. Space probes have visited Mars. However, they found no liquid water or life on the planet. Mars's atmosphere. The atmosphere of Mars is much less dense than that of Earth. It is about 95% of carbon dioxide. Temperatures range from about minus 125 degrees at the poles to about 20 degrees at the equator. Winds on Mars produce great dust storms. Mars's surface. Iron oxide is the soil gives Mars its reddish color. The Martian Cannon Valleys Marlins is as long as the United States. The Martian volcano Olympus Mons is the largest made of frozen carbon dioxide and ice. Craters cover the southern hemisphere of Mars. The northern hemisphere is smoother and appears to be covered by lava flow. Greenhouse effect occurs when a planet's atmosphere traps solar energy and causes the temperature to increase. Terrestrial planet, Earth or another inner planet. Mars. Mars is the fourth planet from the Sun. It is about half the size of Earth. Unlike the other inner planets, Mars has no solid inner core. The core is liquid. Mars has 2 moons. Space probes have visited Mars. However, they found no liquid water on life on the planet. Mars's atmosphere. The atmosphere of Mars is much less dense than that of Earth. It is about 95% carbon dioxide. Temperatures range from minus 125 degrees at the poles to about 20 degrees at the equator. Winds on Mars produce great dust storms. Mars's surface. Iron oxide in the soil gives Mars its reddish color. The Martian Cannon Valleys Mariners is as long as the United States. The Martian volcano Olympus Mons is the largest made of frozen carbon dioxide and ice. Craters cover the southern hemisphere of Mars. The northern hemisphere is smoother and appears to be covered by lava flows. Greenhouse effect occurs when a planet's atmosphere traps solar energy and causes the surface temperature to decrease. Terrestrial planet, Earth or another inner planet.